Hi, my name is Bonda and I'm back with FPL Context. Before we get started, kindly give a like and don't forget to subscribe for more FPL context from Gogostyle. So, after watching Premier League games for Game Week 1, today we're going to look at the list of players you can sign for Game Week 2. Without wasting any second, starting with Arsenal, here are players I believe you should sign for Game Week 2. First, Eddie Nketiah for £5.5 million, who's going to have a kind fixture on paper with Crystal Palace. With Gabriel Jesus injured and unknown return date so far, Eddie Nketiah was given a chance to lead the front line for Arsenal and he grabbed the opportunity with both hands as he managed to score a goal. So with that, I believe Mikel Arteta will be using him in the front line for Game Week 2. Next is obvious, Bukayo Saka at £8.5 million. He started very well against Nottingham Forest, scoring a wonderful goal. Also with him on penalties, I believe you will be missing out if you don't have him on your team for Game Week 2. In the defense line, I still believe Benjamin White at £5.5 million is a must-have defender. I know most FPL managers prefer Gabriel dos Santos Magalhães at £5.0 million, but we saw what happened in Game Week 1, he managed to play 4 minutes. I'm sure he will start in Game Week 2, but do you really want to take a risk? Or you rather just go with Benjamin White? Tell me who you're going to sign or stick with between the two for Game Week 2 in the comment below. Moving on into the second team I believe you should sign their players is Aston Villa. They will be playing against Everton, which I believe is a good fixture for them on paper. Starting with the defense, Lucas Digne at £4.5 million is a must-have defender from Aston Villa. Good thing about him is that he is on set pieces and can offer a lot from those overlapping runs. Next is Moussa Diaby at £6.5 million. On his debut he started very well by scoring a goal. Not only that, he was a threat going forward on counter-attack, also combining very well with Ollie Watkins, which is the third player I believe you should look at for Game Week 2. At £8.0 million, Ollie Watkins can offer a lot against Everton, no disrespect to Everton. Of course this is a game of predictions, so that means it may happen that he blanks. Next team you should look at their players for Game Week 2 is Brentford, who are going to face Fulham, which is a good fixture for them on paper. Bryan Mbeumo at £6.5 million is a must-have midfielder from Brentford. With the absence of Ivan Toney, Bryan Mbeumo stepped up for a penalty kick against Spurs. With that I believe you really should consider him if you're looking to sign a Brentford midfielder. Next is the very affordable defender at £4.5 million Rico Henry. With his good overlapping runs, I believe he could offer FPL managers a lot against Fulham. Moving on to the next team, which is Brighton facing Wolves for Game Week 2. We have Pervis Estupinan at £5.0 million. He started the season very well with an assist. He is very good doing those overlapping runs and put in those crosses. I still believe he is a must-have defender from Brighton. Most of the defender here are the ones I once mentioned before the start of the season. I will put the link so you can check out the video of FPL must-have defenders. Okay, moving on, we have Kaoru Mitoma at £6.5 million. One of the midfielders from Brighton I believe you should look at, unlike Solly March, who started very well in Game Week 1, but I think he is going to have little less game time compared to Kaoru Mitoma. On paper against Wolves, I believe Kaoru Mitoma will offer some good points. Lastly, on Brighton's side, we have João Pedro at £5.5 million. He had a very good debut against Luton. He scored a penalty, which is a good thing that he is on penalties for Brighton after Alexis Mac Allister left for Liverpool. João Pedro is a very affordable forward who is likely to have huge amount of game time. Moving on to the next team I believe you should look at their players for Game Week 2 is Liverpool. They will be playing against Bournemouth, which is a very good fixture for them on paper. I'm sure you know by now, Mohamed Salah at £12.5 million is the first player you think of when talking about Liverpool. Against Chelsea, that looked very good compared to last season. He managed to get an assist and a goal that was ruled out because of offside. I believe against Bournemouth, Mohamed Salah will collect a massive amount of points. That's my prediction, of course. Next is Trent Alexander-Arnold at £8.0 million, the most expensive FPL defender this season. Against Bournemouth, he is predicted to have at least a clean sheet. Lastly, on that Liverpool team, Luis Diaz at £7.5 million. He had a good start of the season after a long injury break last season, scoring a goal and managed to get 1 bonus point. I believe he is going to start against Bournemouth and likely to collect more FPL points. Moving on to the last team I think you should look at their players for Game Week 2 is Nottingham Forest, with a very promising fixture for them on paper, playing against Sheffield United. First player is Anthony Elanga at £5.0 million. Even though he came in on the second half, he managed to get an assist. I believe he will start against Sheffield United. Another player you can look at from Nottingham Forest is their goalkeeper Matt Turner at £4.0 million. If you want to save some few pound, he is one of the cheap FPL goalkeepers to have more game time. Lastly is Morgan Gibbs-White at £6.0 million. He is a key player for Nottingham Forest, also on set pieces. He is predicted to collect few points in Game Week 2 against Sheffield United. To close this video, I must say, these players listed here, some of them are only good for Game Week 2. I'll be back for more players to look at for Game Week 3. Well, we've come into the end of this video. Thank you for watching. Kindly hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe for more FPL context from Gogostyle. That's it from me. Take care and stay out of trouble.